Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I have a very festive Minnie and Mickey Mouse set to share with you all. I love Minnie and Mickey at Christmas, so I knew I had to do a design featuring them. So if you want to see how I created this one, keep watching. So for this set I'm working on my red iguana hand. I'm using the Gems acrylic system, so I've got crystal clear and pinky pink. For glitter I was going to use the Scarlett Senter Festive Joy, but I changed my mind halfway through. And the star of this show is these Disney decals from the Decal Queen. I chose the ones that would fit the nail I wanted to put them on, cut them out and then pop them on a wet sponge to one side, ready for when I need to use them. I've got Melody Monomer and the Kate acrylic brush from Gems. I am loving this brush. So we are going to go in with my thin clear base first of all. I nearly said thin, that would have been really bad English. Thin clear base, and then we can get into the design. Now I wanted to do a Minnie and Mickey set because when my sister and I were growing up, we would always watch a Mickey and Minnie Mouse cartoon at Christmas. It was like our go-to. So I always associate Mickey and Minnie Mouse with Christmas in our household. We even made my nephew watch it when he was growing up as well. So it's just very Christmassy to me. You know, little traditions, and try and keep them alive as much as possible. We also always watch Father Christmas and the Snowman. Merry blooming Christmas. Bev, can we have some Father Christmas ones next year? Sorry, thinking ahead. Right. Let's talk about what I'm actually doing. On the middle and ring finger. Yeah, middle and ring finger. When I'm watching back voicing over, sometimes I can't tell which hand I'm using and therefore which finger I'm holding. I have to think about it. Middle and ring finger, I'm just going in with pinky pink. A full nail of pinky pink on both of these. This is going to be my base for the decals. These decals from the Decal Queen have all got white bases, so you can put them over any colour. But I still like having them over very neutral colours most of the time. So I've just done a full nail on the middle. I've not built structure with this, even though it is a core powder. I've just sort of painted it on because I'm going to have to encapsulate the decals. So just doing this again on the middle finger. I want to make sure I've got nice full coverage over the whole nail, but I don't want any sort of unevenness because that might cause me to file away the decal. So I want to keep it nice and flat, but with the coverage over the whole nail. So how are you all getting on with Christmas prep? I'm getting there, but how are you all getting on? Hope it's not too stressful. I mean, it's pretty stressful. On the pinky, I am just going to do pinky pink at the cuticle and then just fade it down sort of halfway or 2/3 of the way. I wasn't too fussy about how far I blended it out on this one. I just sort of left it, which is so unlike me. Or at least I think I just left it. No, I didn't. I went back in with a second bead. Of course I did. Anyway, yeah, we're sort of into that Christmas madness time now. So keep going, everyone. Keep going. Right, we're going to apply these decals now. So they've been sat on that wet sponge, so they are ready to slide off the backing nice and easily. Little wash of clear acrylic, and I just want that to go slightly tacky. If it's really wet still, you've got a possibility of smushing the decals. We don't want no smushing. Pick them up using my tweezers. I normally drop them the first time. It seems to be like my go-to thing. Drop them. Then slide it off the backing. Place it on the nail where I want it and then gently just pat it down. I don't want to smush, push, whatever. I don't want to rub it. I just want to pat it into place very gently so that I don't tear it, I don't smush it, I don't do anything like that. So here you can see doing it again, wash of clear acrylic. I work a bit slowly here so that give it time to start to go a bit tacky. Picked up the decal, drop it on my lap, pick it up again, slide it off the back, and you see I just dried it ever so slightly on the back of my hand because it was a bit wet on top and I didn't want that. And here you can see I'm just patting it down. This is sped up slightly so it looks a little bit more vigorous than it actually was. I've pinched it at the side where there was a little bit of overhang. Don't need to worry about that because we can file it away. And then I'm just going to leave that to fully set in place. Now, as I said, I changed my mind on glitter and I decided to go with another one of the Scarlett Senter Christmas glitters. This is Toy Maker. I felt this mix fitted in with those decals so much better than the one I originally chose, because it featured the same colours, and I was so right. I mean, I love that other glitter and I really wanted to use it, but this definitely fitted the design better. So I'm doing a full nail of Toy Maker on the index finger. So here you can see me just faffing around getting nice shape around the cuticle. That's not what I was going to say, but I couldn't think of the word, so we'll just go with the shape around the cuticle. And then sort of poking those glitters into place to fill any gaps, and then I'll start going in with slightly bigger beads as we come down the nail. Use the tip of the brush, poke, prod, move those glitter pieces around to get the coverage, and then just keep going until the nail is fully covered. Pretty simple there. Again, this has got to be encapsulated, so I don't want to build up too much bulk with the glitter, so I do pat it down, try and keep it nice and thin, and then just go in with little bits if I feel there's any little gaps. We don't want any little gaps. And now really I'm just faffing. Wouldn't be me if there wasn't a little bit of faffing. On the pinky I'm going to do a glitter ombre. So exactly the same, except I'm only going down a little way. So I sort of place that first bead where I want the bulk of the glitter to start fading out, if that makes sense. And then I can start feathering it back slightly, just pushing those little glitter pieces back to get more of a fade than a harsh straight line. Full coverage to the tip, and then just faff. Actually went a little bit further than I originally had in mind, but it worked. And so now that is the acrylic and glitter design all done. So encapsulate these nails in clear acrylic, getting all your strength, structure, apex, bloody blah blah blah. Then we're going to file them to shape, and then we are ready to finish off these Mickey and Minnie Christmas nails. So here they are all capped and filed, and you will notice I have also added some red, green and gold crystals. Now I was trying to get loads of videos filmed and my phone was very low on battery, so I did a few bits off camera so that I could get them all filmed. So I just applied a few crystals above Mickey and Minnie, and I chose a wreath and a few crystals on that pinky glitter ombre nail. Just applied them. You've seen me apply crystals a million and one times before. And now we're going to top coat. So Miss Tina is in on the action now. Look at that glitter. Whoa! That is like Christmas in a pot. It really is. It's so pretty. You've got sort of the metallic red and green, and then the matte white, and I really love that contrast. And then I wanted to keep the Mickey and Minnie nails really simple, so just adding a few crystals at the cuticle. I did them on a little bit of a jaunty angle. I didn't even think that until that moment where I thought, I'm going to get to say jaunty. So, you know, this set is really quite simple. You know, I've just used, what, 2 acrylics, a glitter and some decals. It's very simple, but neither the decals or the glitter sort of overpower each other. I felt they work really nicely together. So just top coating these nails, I'm going to push my brush right up to the crystals without going over the top of them, because that would make them lose their depth and shine, and we don't want that. And when they are all top coated, we can pop in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. Keep rubbing the nails against one another, so I do go backwards and forwards a little bit, just to make sure there's not any smudges in the top coat. On this one, as you can see, I've got right up to that wreath that I added and those crystals, and then I just added a little plop, that is the technical term, a little plop of top coat in the middle of that wreath. I went over top of the crystal. Doesn't matter, it's not the end of the world. So I'm just finishing off, and there we go, plop. And now we can cure for 60 seconds, and Minnie and Mickey are complete. So here is this design out of the lamp, fully cured, and it is finished. I did a Mickey and Minnie Mouse Christmas set last year, and I knew I wanted to do another one this year, and I loved how this set turned. I'm just looking at this now, and that pinky where I've put the wreath, which has got a little crystal bow, and then I've put a red and a green crystal above that as like a string. It looks like a hat on top of a person made out of crystals. Like a clown hat. Or a Santa hat. A Santa and an elf hat mixed. Now, I'm not going to be able to unsee that now, but it is a wreath, I assure you. Anyways, let's get back to the whole set. I love the decals from the Decal Queen. She always does the most fabulous Christmas decals. And that glitter, I'm so glad I changed my mind, because that glitter is just perfect. But now I'm just waffling on, so I think it is time to finish this video off. So I will pop all the product details in the description box. Don't forget, if you're heading over to do some shopping at the nail team, use my discount code Helen5 for 5% off. It is in the description box. I would love it if you could give this video a thumbs up, leave me any comments down below, and if you are new to my channel, or even if you're not and you haven't yet done it, please click subscribe. I will be back with another video very, very soon, and I mean that because I've got a load of Christmas videos I need to get up in the next week and a bit, so I'll be back in a couple of days. But until then, have a fabulous day, fabulous evening, whatever it is, depending on when I upload this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back in a couple of days. Bye! Mwah!